But the spook is spooky, who is always have her thrills. About leaving up the spooky movie.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Midday Ghost Show. My name is Matty Hag, and this week on
Spooky Maker Appreciator.
Today we're looking at a more academic spooky maker. And they are a maker. While they do sell products, they also spread knowledge of the horror film genre to not only just adults like myself, but mainly target students, high school students, and trying to reach the youth and spread the good word about horror. I'm talking, of course, about the Teenage Werewolves Horror Film Fiend Club. So who are the Teenage Werewolves Horror Film Fiend Club? Well, it's an academic community like I mentioned, but it was originally started by two teachers, both based in Michigan and Long Island, New York, named Tyler M. Blacksley and Becky Rayner. Their whole goal was to share the love of horror and the knowledge about the genre with the youth, with their students. And I totally identify with that as an educator. I think being able to share something that you're passionate about and something that you care about that goes beyond just your classroom, but being able to reach other students and a whole group of kids, you know, across state lines, I think that's a really cool effort and something that deserves to be supported, and support they have gotten. It has spread from just being in the classroom to going out into the community and becoming a much larger thing in general. I mean, if you look on their Instagram, there's all kinds of people, different folks in horror, who are now part of the Teenage Werewolves Horror Film Fiend Club. Kind of the embodiment of everything that the club stands for is their mission statement, which simply says, saving horror one kid at a time. As I mentioned earlier, they started in the classroom and they're still in the classroom to some degree, but now there's more public events and community events that they take part in and host themselves, something such as Screamoscope Cinema. Recently they relaunched a store of their own, hosted on their own website, where you could join the Teenage Werewolves Horror Film Fiend Club and get your own club member card, such as my own here. Something I love about the TWHFFC is not only do they want to share that knowledge with students, but even on their Instagram and their social media posts, they share some really cool bits of information with whoever follows. One of the coolest things that I ever learned from the TWHFFC was all about this woman named Millicent Patrick. They had been posting about this shirt they were making that said Millicent Patrick rules, and they were making that along with this other company, Lunar Crypt Co. And it was going along with this book that had been recently published by this author, Mallory O'Mara, called Lady from the Black Lagoon, which is all about Millicent Patrick, who is the actual creator and designer of the Gill Man from Creature from the Black Lagoon. It goes through her entire life story and talks about how she was discredited at the time of the movie coming out and never properly received credit, and pretty much how it was kind of this like secret for so long up until recently. And with the release of the book, it was this big thing, and now everybody knows who Millicent Patrick is, and it's something that they were supporting. So not only were they sharing knowledge, but they were like spreading it as far as they could. By even just making that t-shirt, it caused me to go and check out the book. Honestly, the book is great. I could talk about it for an extended period of time, but I feel like maybe I'll let that be another Spooky Maker Appreciator or some other kind of segment that has to do with books and stuff. Who knows? We'll see. But the point is that they, through their efforts, taught me something, and they continue to teach and spread information about stuff that maybe is otherwise underrepresented or not as well known, and they share it with their audience. So if you are interested in learning about horror, movies, the genre, makers, people that are a part of it, I would highly recommend following them on Instagram, which I'll link down below. So to Tyler and to Becky and the rest of the TWHFFC crew, I just want to say I appreciate you. Keep doing the spooky things that you do. Well, with that, if you'd like to check out the Teenage Werewolves Horror Film Fiend Club, I'm going to put a link down in the description below. And if you like what you're seeing here, you could always like this video and subscribe to the channel for more spookiness. And honestly, in the coming months, I have a lot more planned, especially for the Halloween season. Looking to do a few more Spooky Maker Appreciators, maybe start putting out a few Spotify playlists, you know, to give you some options for Halloween music that maybe go beyond just the standard Halloween songs that you may listen to. But if there's some spooky makers that you think need appreciation, please let me know. You could hit me with a comment, or you could shoot me an email at themiddayghostshow@gmail.com. Until next time, stay spooky, homies.